Hello and welcome to another episode of Tan Pants.
We survived again, and we are here for you, the listener. And you better sit back, man. We're gonna entertain you. Isaac's trying to talk, but
Can't wait to share all these random things we've all researched on our own and not told the others about. So I believe Clay has a knock out of the park opening thing.
Oh, yeah.
it better be good, Clay.
It's called smuggling.
Ooh, like Han Solo and Jack Sparrow,
Yeah.
who are thematically the same person.
Like candy,
Like that
in the
Hans
movie
Zimmerman
theater.
from Star Wars, or the Jacksepticeye from the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hans Zimmerman.
That's right. I saw that movie.
That was good, Clay. I really like that.
Have you ever smuggled anything, Clay?
No.
Isaac?
I'm trying to remember. Did I ever smuggle anything?
It's like, I'm trying to remember all the things I smuggled.
Let's see. There was that
Cats, gerbils.
there was that one time I got a capuchin monkey across the border, but no, I've never smuggled anything.
Yeah, I'm not a smuggler. I mean, I've smuggled, but I'm not a smuggler.
I mean, if we're talking about getting peanut M&Ms into the theater from the outside,
Yes.
then yes.
We've done that. We've put like liters of soda in like cowboy boots.
We had our brother
that was a
with
good
his
time.
cargo pants, and we stuffed 2 liters of soda.
So I want to go see Dune this month.
Do you?
Yeah, so let's smuggle in some things from the outside to go see Dune.
We
Let's
could
like
vlog it.
let's like bring like an entire like outside
Person.
meal.
Like let's literally get kicked
Let's just
out.
go McDonald's.
Straight up
let's all
McDonald's.
order like the thing off McDonald's, like the number 1, a Big Mac. Is Big Mac number 1?
I guess so.
Let's order Big Macs and stuff them on our person somewhere.
Well,
and go into
the thing about Dune is they're getting that spice from
so
that
we gotta-
spice planet. So we
Yeah.
got to bring in something spicy.
Gotta bring some
Taco Bell.
Yeah, baby.
some takis.
We need some bell.
Some takuses.
The bell from hell.
Oh boy,
There's
Clay,
a
we
Taki.
totally jumped on to your smuggling thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. You can keep going if you want.
No, we're done. We're done.
Clay's like, where are my notes? Where are my notes? Oh no!
Okay, so 2 New Zealand men were arrested after trying to cross the Auckland border with a car full of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No.
What? Like I imagine
In
they
New
just filled it
Zealand?
from the floor
Yeah.
of the car all the way up.
Yeah, right. We just really want to get in some good old
Does
Kentucky
Kentucky-
Fried Chicken in here.
Does Kentucky really fry stuff all the way out there to New Zealand?
Well, apparently, you can't get it in New Zealand because the Colonel came down. Hey, listen up here, my New Zealand Hobbit friends. You guys need some good old Kentucky Fried Chicken right here. Look at this. It's finger licking good. Come on, lick your fingers.
Get her done.
Lick my fingers. Lick everyone's fingers.
No.
Here's,
We're not.
here's a bucket of fingers.
They also had French fries and 10 tubs of coleslaw.
Wow.
10
That's
tubs.
a lot of
They went
tubs.
through the effort to grab the
Wait,
coleslaw.
so they went to Chick-fil-A, or not Chick-fil-A,
KFC.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they said, "Give me 10 tubs of coleslaw."
So hang
And
on.
make it the tubs.
I need to kind of figure out the situation a little bit more. This happened in New Zealand at the Auckland border.
Yeah.
So where is that? Is this like still? I'm imagining people in like a boat coming off the boat with the car.
It's a car. Let me bring up the maps. Oh no, I'm sideways.
I don't like it when I'm sideways.
No, and I fall over.
Whenever I'm sideways, I'm like not standing up.
I'm laying down, which I'm probably
Now,
sleeping.
Auckland's like middle of the island, right there.
So you're telling me if you're in New Zealand going to Auckland, you can't bring lunch?
Not anymore.
What kind of? What?
Well, they should be smuggling stuff in then.
I thought New Zealand was the
Would be
best place to go in
expected.
an emergency.
I'm surprised this is the only news.
We had an entire podcast topic about New Zealand being the best place to go to in an emergency, but now that I know that I can't bring my lunch across the Auckland border,
Forget it.
forget it.
What are you supposed to eat down there?
Right.
Sheep?
Rabbits.
Oh.
They were identified as gang associates. They had over 100,000 New Zealand dollars in cash.
Wow.
You guys are gang associates, and
wait.
you can't bring this chicken or this coleslaw. I will have one fry, please. Could I have one fry? I haven't had lunch yet.
Okay, so they were driving to Auckland. Then they saw a police car right there, like at the line. They did a U-turn. They're like, "Oh,
Ooh.
no!" On a gravel road, like countryside. Mm-hmm. And then the cop, he's like, "That's suspicious."
All right, that's very suspicious right there. I think we'll go and have a talk to this man.
Yeah,
Oh, you're right.
probably like
Called into the.
I don't
they
think-
would have like better chances of sneaking past them if they just kept driving.
yeah.
They should have just dressed
Hold
their
up now.
car like a chicken.
Hold up now. It looks like a man is doing a U-turn right in front of us. I think we will call this in.
The windows are down and it's a junky little car. And they, stop! It's a cop! Turn around quick!
Excuse me. Pull over, please. Yeah, right there.
Do they talk like that in
Well,
New Zealand?
Yes.
It's like when you analyze his brain waves, and he sees the cop car, and he's like, "I have so much chicken in the back. I cannot live if this cop catches us."
Hold on, Rodney. We have a lot of
Can't
chicken
live with the
here.
fact.
Maybe we should just turn around here. There's a cop right there. Maybe we should possibly turn around. I don't know. Right?
to turn around.
There's a gravel road right here. Maybe you could turn at the gravel right here. Just stop. Just stop. 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 Put your foot on the. Stop. Good job.
I'll make it real dramatic.
Maybe you can spit some gravel at him. Maybe they'll deter him a little bit.
All right, so this is the second time this has happened.
We've
What?
talked to you
Whoa,
before about
what?
this. We've talked to you before. You can't just bring chicken
Wait,
across.
specifically with KFC.
Now, last time was McDonald's.
Oh wow!
You see, you said we couldn't bring McDonald's. This is not McDonald's. This is something different from McDonald's. This is chicken. Different animal, different food, different location.
That's right.
Is this like the airport thing where like food is like the darkest evil you can bring on the plane?
That's right.
Yes. Actually, it's because they're in lockdown right now due to the virus.
And we know that the virus loves KFC.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
So
just lingering.
there's strict travel restrictions. People can't go to the restaurants, so they're trying to leave to go to the other towns
oh
to get their food.
That is so sad. And they're like arresting people for like going to buy food. That is so dumb. New Zealand!
you've
You're
become-
being dumb!
You've become the country of no fun.
Yeah, I used to want to go to Hobbit Place, but now I can't bring my KFC to Hobbit Place.
I'm gonna go to that other guy's Hobbit place.
yeah.
Or was that Florida?
No, Italy.
Oh,
That would, I'm so glad you're not planning the trip. Let's go. Let's go to the Hobbit
wrong.
Place.
he goes. Wait, what are we doing in Fort Lauderdale?
Guys,
I
it's
thought
like,
this is where the Hobbit place
no,
is.
Northern Italy. Northern Italy.
Oh crap! Wrong country. Yeah.
So, Clay, I mean, what fast food place is worth smuggling across the border?
Ooh,
That's a good
rough.
question. I personally would say
Carl's
Cane's.
Jr.
You see, Max
Raising
says
Cane's.
Raising Cane's. That's all right.
Yep. That's chicken.
It's chicken.
I said Carl's Jr. as a joke.
You don't like Carl's Jr.?
Josh is
Well,
disqualified.
it's just like that thing. Like you stop at a gas station, like okay, let's get something really, really cheap.
Josh, Carl's Jr. is not a gas station.
It's not. I've only been to
No.
gas station Carl's Jr.'s.
Welcome to Carl's Jr.'s, the gas station.
Josh, what are you putting in your tank when you pull up to Carl's Jr.?
I don't. I'm never driving.
He goes through the drive-thru and says, "I'll have 10 gallons, please." Of what? Gas? He goes, "All we got is tea." That'll do.
All I have is Carl's Jr.'s. I'll take that.
That's so cheap.
Yeah, whenever you buy something from Carl's Jr.'s, like your little life meter above your head, like goes down,
It drops in percentage.
but your stamina goes down.
yeah, man.
Dude, I went to Carl Jr.'s like last week.
How was
I
it?
got a biscuit,
That's pretty
and then I went and sat at the Mormon church
Mm.
and looked across the field at the sunrise.
Man,
It was a nice time.
Clay's like living
Wow.
a life.
So Clay has actually positive
wow.
experience with the Carl's Jr.'s where we had just, near
I go there-
death and vomiting.
I go there and I almost fall over because my feet are stuck to the floor.
I've had that at Burger King.
Yeah.
and McDonald's.
Yeah, you can't. You
Taco
feel like
Bell.
you can't move anymore.
Just fast food.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Did you hear about that story? How that lady went into labor in McDonald's?
No.
She literally went into labor.
So was
at a
she?
McDonald's.
Was
I
she,
bet you her feet were just stuck to the floor and she couldn't move.
Was she an
So she
employee or a customer?
No, she was a customer.
She's like, oh, I'm stuck. Oh,
And
just
she,
gonna
like-
have to do it here.
She just like, and lays up on the counter. Is like, call the cop.
Ma'am.
No, she was already giving birth. She's like, I need a Big Mac and fries right now.
You know,
know how
those cravings.
Yeah.
They'll take you to places.
I'd like to order a Big Mac. Sorry, our manager's having a baby. She's in front of the fry machine.
We
I
can't.
can't really.
I'm not going over there. Can you wait? How long is it gonna be? Can you wait 45 minutes?
Oh, we went too far.
Too far. You know what else goes too far?
What?
Particle physics.
Particle physics.
What?
So, the study of particles is an odd study because you'd think if you're going to study something so small, you wouldn't need something so big to do it.
Yeah, easy.
You have these giant colliders and atom smashers with all this metal and coil within them. What are you laughing at? Why are you laughing? I haven't said anything funny yet. Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
What I missed? What is it? What's the joke I missed?
It's funny, man.
What did I say? I can't. You have to tell me what I said that was funny. Did I mispronounce a word?
Clay's dying.
I started giggling because it was funny, and I looked over at Clay, and he's just dying on the floor.
What was funny?
I don't know. You're just like, you have something so small, and you need something so big. I don't know why it got me tickled.
I don't know. That tickled me a little bit.
Wow.
Continue.
You got something so small. You need something so big. Okay.
That's a mystery. We'll never figure out why we laughed at that.
Wow. So anyway, these particle accelerators are tricky business. So the way that you study the particle is they're in a near vacuum environment being propelled by magnets and wire almost the speed of light. And then one atom's going left, one atom's going right. At the right moment, they collide them and they explode.
Yes.
And then
That-
you get Eve.
And then that's what happened. You get
Pretty
Eve.
much.
Yeah.
And then
Who's Eve?
I said atoms.
Oh.
Glad you get Eve. But
Ha,
this
religion.
collision needs to happen in an area where they can actually see the particles.
Really?
Yeah.
Then how do they see them if they're so small?
There is a small area that the beam that's being produced goes through open air and then back into the particle accelerator. So it's a small room about the size of this room that has all these detectors pointing at where the beam is going to flow. And it's very important. No one's in this room when this happens
Why?
because you end up like Anatoly Vygotsky.
But because he really wanted to see it.
Not Anatoly Vygotsky.
This
Anatoly
sounds like a
Vygotsky.
superhero thing where like the villain's like origin story.
Oh, yeah. Didn't that happen with like
He's a-
Sandman?
I don't know.
This could be an origin story for something, but it's kind of a sad story.
He says, I became super. I grew an extra foot.
Next, this is gonna be a sad story. Don't make
Oh.
fun of it.
Well, it's good to make fun of it now before.
Yeah,
now.
he's still alive.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
He lived through this. Anatoly lived through this.
He lived.
So this happened in 1987. So there was a particle accelerator. You know, the really big one in Switzerland is run by CERN.
Yes.
That's the big one.
and it's underground, right?
Yeah. This one is a smaller one, not as big. And it's also underground, similar to the other thing. So, but it was the largest Russian atom smasher at the time, called the U-70 Synchronotron. Synchronotron? Whatever.
I like the first one better.
It was at the Protovinsky Institute of High Energy Physics. It shot electrons just under the speed of light, carrying 70 billion volts of energy. So these things were very, very powerful beams of light. So whenever this thing was operating, they made sure that the what was the place called? It was called the Experiment Hall. They made sure there was nobody standing in the experiment hall at the time because there was equipment in there that had to be seen to. And Anatoly was one of the guys who worked on that equipment. So one day he was down there working on some things, not in the room, but kind of off to the side.
All right.
And he's fixing some detectors and monitors, and he radios up to the control room, to the beam operators. And he says, I'm going to head back up, turn off the beam in 5 minutes. Beam operators are like, okay, sure, duh, good comrade.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
That's my best Russian. Yeah, we turn off beam. You come up. It's fine. So
It's the heavy from Team Fortress.
I'm the heavy Team Fortress, man.
I turn off beam. You come upstairs.
Teleport bread. The experiment hall had a door that would lock automatically. And it had a light that would turn on whenever the beam was in operation.
Because it just makes it more dramatic?
Well, it makes sure that nobody accidentally goes in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Anatoly is walking back to the main area. He approaches the experiment hall. The door is unlocked because someone forgot to lock it. And the light is off because it had just burnt out. And he was maybe 30 seconds ahead of his 5-minute mark. So when he walked into this room, the beam was still in operation.
Man, he should have had a watch
He should have,
or radioed again or something.
when he walked in there, he wasn't directly in the beam yet. It's going through a very specific area. But
Okay.
he leaned down to check on the equipment. The moment his head was in the vicinity of the beam, he reportedly saw a flash brighter than 1,000 suns.
I mean, I would think one sun would be pretty bright.
Yeah. How does he know what 1,000 suns look like?
I know. Come on, man.
Well, he was instantly blinded in that moment
Oh.
as the protons effortlessly passed through his skin, skull, brain, then out again.
So it shot a hole in his head.
Yeah, he felt no pain, though, he said.
Well, I guess
Saw
it
a
was
really
so
bright
fast.
light. So as soon as this happened, he was like, oh, crap, that just happened. He calmly finished his work, logged the visit in his journal, and went home without telling anybody.
Oh, does he have a hole in his head?
He has a very, 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 very small hole in his head.
Okay, that's yeah, that makes sense.
This
Okay.
isn't like a gaping hole. This is like a proton, like one of the smallest things you could ever have.
Oh, he's fine.
So, so he went home, and then next morning, the left side of his head was swollen.
Ooh.
Only left side?
Okay, so
So
I'm
it
gonna.
came in from the left.
There was I saw an image that a doctor took of his head, and they drew a line where the beam actually went. So if you take your hand and put it on the left side of your head on the back, and then take your other hand and put it on your left nostril, just on the outside of your nostril, that's about the line that the beam went through. Thankfully, it didn't hit any important major parts of the brain that require major function.
Right.
It didn't hit any blood vessels, didn't hit any major nerves,
Oh, that's good.
didn't hit his eye.
Wow.
That's good.
He did go deaf
Oh, wow.
Permanently?
permanently. Well, he had a permanent form of tinnitus in his left ear. It was like constant ringing,
Oh,
and it got so strong that he just went deaf in that ear.
Wow.
oh, wow.
Yeah, he got hit by, like I said, 70 billion volts of energy.
70 billion
70
volts
billion volts of energy.
of energy.
Wow.
The calculated radiation dosage upon the beam entering his skull was 200,000 Roentgens. And by the time it exits, due to the scattering of his material in his brain, it had increased to 300,000 Roentgens.
What's a Röntgen?
It's like a level of radiation.
Oh, okay.
A lethal dose of radiation is just 1,000.
So he got 300,000.
No.
What?
So because this beam was going so fast, so the way that you get radiation from a proton,
Yeah.
remember we were talking about the astronauts up in space? Those
Yeah.
protons are hitting the air, and
They started to
they saw flashes.
snakes?
Very similar to what he described here. Same kind of thing.
Okay.
So when a proton hits something, it will begin to ricochet off of any material within there and gradually slow down. And when it stops, its energy is released. So one form of therapy they're doing now to treat tumors is they have a very small particle accelerator, and it shoots a beam like this into your head of the brain tumor.
What?
But they know where your brain tumor is, and they calculate it, and they have the proton, they fire it perfectly, and it stops right at the tumor and goes poof,
Wow.
and attacks the tumor.
Whoa.
Dude.
So because this thing was going so fast, he didn't have enough stopping force in his head to actually stop the proton to release all the energy inside of his head.
And if it did, he would have been dead.
He instantly dead.
So you're saying it was going so fast, it went right through him.
Went right through him, but it still affected him. Like, he still got a lot of energy in his head.
Right.
Yeah.
So as a result of this, he was still able to work, kept his job, got his PhD. The left side of his face lost all, like he had a droopy face.
Wow.
Left side of his face was forever paralyzed.
Okay.
He had trouble thinking. If he tried to think too hard, like do a difficult math problem, it would fatigue him physically.
Wow.
His brain was damaged. And so life got kind of hard. And he didn't get any help from his local Russian government. They passed a law that gave aid to survivors of radiation. But the bill was for specifically people who survived Chernobyl. So when he applied, I was at the particle accelerator. I got hit by this thing. I need all this medicine and money for study and things like that. You know, I want to get better. I can't afford my medicine. The guy behind the counter is like, radiation, yes, yeah. Oh, were you in Chernobyl? No, I wasn't in Chernobyl. Oh, you don't count. You weren't in Chernobyl. So he didn't get any help. He wanted to actually come to America to let the American scientists kind of study him, because this is kind of this is a crazy case, because he's the only person in the world to have been directly in the path of a hadron collider.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
He couldn't afford the money to even leave his town. He was so poor.
Wow.
He's still alive today. Most of this study in his case is classified by the Russian government, and you can't really find out very much about it.
They just don't want to tell you that they have
A Russian Spider-Man.
no supersonic.
Yeah, he's supersonic now.
Yeah,
No, that was supersonic in the Hadron Collider. He just
Oh, he
went
got
round
hit.
and round.
He got hit by Sonic.
A supersonic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, you didn't know this?
Yeah, when he eats all the emeralds,
Okay.
he turns into supersonic.
He eats an emerald.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does he just hold it to his face and it just fades into his face?
I don't know. I have no idea.
No, man, he presses it like a juice and drinks it.
I'm Sonic. I'm gonna drink this emerald juice that I juiced.
Chili dogs.
Chili dogs. Come on, Tails.
Sonic, I don't know what Tails sounds like. This is his voice.
Whatever, Tails.
That's pretty
your
close.
voice. That is.
Yeah.
I'm
Isaac is actually the voice actor.
I'm actually Sonic. So that's what I have. Guys, do not stick your head in a particle accelerator. It will not end well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try not to.
Tan Pans presents Improv Pantry. On this week's show, Martin, Jeb, and Lennon are relaxing during their break at the zoo. We join them at the park ranger area where they get free refreshments, a fan, and cool jazz.
Hey, Lennon,
Yeah, man.
I got some alcohol.
Hey, you know we're not allowed to drink that on our break.
I won't tell if you won't.
Hey, should we feed it to the groundhogs? They sure do get crazy.
No. I paid money for this.
Oh.
As you guys are sharing drinks of alcohol, a knock comes at the door of the break room.
Don't come in.
They come in. The door opens and it's a man. It's a man dressed in a dressed like a butler, basically. He's dressed like a butler. He's bald. He's got the white gloves and everything. He
That's
says,
how you dress like a butler. You shave your head.
"Shave your head. You're bald. You're old, and you're British."
You're British.
He says, "Excuse me, young chaps. I need a spot of help out here, please, if you wouldn't mind."
Were you sent by Shannon?
No, sir. I was not. I was here at the zoo with my what do you call a
How'd
person?
you get in here?
Your daughter?
Compatriot
No. I work for these people.
Can you say tomato?
employers.
I was here with the Mr. and Mrs. at the zoo. They wanted to come and see the monkeys, but
Can you pronounce purple burglar alarm?
I could do my best, please. Josh, you know the 1 in 5 thing?
Yeah.
You do it to me.
Isaac, give me a number between 1 and 5.
3.
It was a 2.
You did pretty good.
Purple burglar alarm. See, I can do it just fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, do you want to follow this dude to his problem?
Yeah, sure.
I'll follow you.
I mean, do you want to ask him any questions
I'll
at
follow
all?
you, Baldy, to the end of the world.
Well, thank you.
Because
very
I
much.
just had 3 of these alcohols, and I feel pretty risky.
Okay, guys, all of you one at a time, give me a number between 1 and 5.
3.
1.
4.
It was a 2. So, of all of you, Martin and Jeb are okay.
Yeah.
Lennon, you are very tipsy.
Oh, no.
Guys, I can pull through. I have experience in rock climbing.
Maybe you better take a nap. You are a very
Listen.
irresponsible man.
Listen here, butler boy.
Yes.
It's my break. Get out.
So the butler reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out a checkbook.
I'll take breath mints. I don't do paper.
How would $300 sound, young man? $300.
Wait, have you described your problem?
I'm trying to, but you guys keep talking about
Well,
things.
describe it.
All right. The missus leaned over the monkey place
Yeah?
and said, "Look at all those monkeys." Her emerald brooch fell off of her neck and is down amongst the monkeys, and we need to get it back because it's worth more than your entire freaking zoo.
Okay.
I was told not to approach monkeys, even if you're really strong and
Listen.
brave.
Well, think about it. This could go on the news, and we could get people to come to the zoo.
No.
Because all we have are monkeys.
Listen, I'm at the point where we're going to start throwing children down there to get it.
Do not.
Don't do that.
Do that. No.
If one of you would
I'll
like to...
volunteer. I'll be thrown.
No.
If you want the
Listen.
next Harambe incident at your zoo...
Listen, you can't. Sorry. The brooch is gone forever.
Well, shoot.
Just replace it with a new one. You
Yeah, you're rich.
rich snob.
Fine.
Wait,
so the
am I-
butler turns around and storms off with the door just kind of slowly closes but doesn't close all the way.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's go get that brooch.
Ooh.
Split 3 ways.
Dude, this guy's like
Dude, that was smooth.
really smart. I hope that British guy doesn't trip on his own money.
Okay, Martin, sounds like you're taking charge of this. What do you want to do?
I guess tranquilizers.
Okay,
Well,
so
this is easy. We run this zoo. Don't we have like a
Yeah.
place we can put them while we...
okay, so
Do things
here's the
in the
situation.
environment?
You guys are in the break room right now. You can get some tranquilizers. Yeah, I'll say you can do that. But yeah, you have full run of the zoo. You have the keys to every cage. What do you want to do? You can do anything you want.
I say we dress this guy up as a monkey and let's enroll him in their education. And then once he's down there taking his test, he snatch the brooch and throw it up. It's a foolproof plan.
I'm gonna shoot the monkeys.
Okay,
The drinks.
so Martin, you grab a tranquilizer. Give me a number between 1 and 5.
2.
It was a 4. So you can probably hit a monkey, but it's gonna. You're not that great at shooting it.
I'm gonna follow the idea. Dress up like a monkey, and then just walk to get the brooch, and then leave.
Okay, so Martin is dressing up like a monkey right now.
Martin,
Um,
Martin, give me a gun. Give me a gun.
No,
I can do this.
that's a terrible idea.
Give me a gun, Martin. I can do
Can
this.
I lock Lennon in the bathroom?
Yes.
You can if you want to, yeah.
No.
I'm doing it. Lennon, I have your gun. Let me take you to it.
Listen, man. I know more about Black Ops than you. I've been around the world.
Jeb, give me a number between 1 and 5.
4.
It was a 3. Okay, so you are able to kind of get Lennon to go where you want to go. Where are you taking him?
I'm taking him up to the bathroom.
Okay.
The one
I
that
already
is
went 3
nearby.
times this morning, Mom. I'm good.
This isn't the bathroom. This is the armory.
It sure looks like a bathroom to me. I see the sides.
I shove Lennon in.
Okay. Lennon, give me a number between 1 and 5.
3.
It was a 5. You fall in. You actually, I was about to say you smack your head against the commode, but you didn't fail that bad. You just are on your hands and knees on the cold tile floor, and Lennon shuts the door behind you. And
Jinkies, I lost my glasses.
okay, so Jeb and Martin, you guys are approaching kind of like every zoo has like the behind the scenes area where people can go.
Yeah.
It's not as clean. It's kind of sad. You guys are over there. And you guys are approaching the monkeys. You can smell and hear the monkeys as you approach.
And I'm tidying up Clay. Well, we're doing the whole thing. We have it has this really thin dumb zipper that goes up the back. It's it's not even realistic. It's just like polyester kind of.
It's like a really cheap monkey
It's
suit.
like pajamas.
You're carrying a tranquilizer rifle too, so like a guy in a monkey suit, a cheap monkey suit with a gun.
Right.
So it's kind of threatening to see.
I'm getting pumped,
Okay.
jumping up and down. I'm a monkey. I'm a monkey. Oh, 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 oh. And then
The gun.
The gun goes off.
I grab the gun.
Okay.
And then Jeb,
I got your back.
open the cage.
Okay.
Okay. So Jeb opens the cage, and Martin, you walk in, and what you see, Martin. So, your zoo has a pretty good monkey enclosure.
Wait, what kind of monkeys are these?
Okay, Martin, give me a number between 1 and 5.
4.
It's a 2. So these are, I'm gonna say these are gorillas. Oof.
Uh-oh.
So that gorillas are pretty peaceful. They won't attack you. I mean,
Wait,
worst would have been chimps. Chimps would have been absolute worst. Then it'd be orangutans. But I would say this is gorillas. I mean, it would have been best if they were little tiny monkeys.
Is Martin dressed as a gorilla or is he dressed as
Martin is dressed as like a cartoon brown monkey,
Yeah.
like a Curious
I am
George.
a gorilla.
Whatever you do not assert your dominance.
So there are 5 gorillas in this enclosure. There's like a little area they can swing. There's a little water area. If you look up, you can see it looks like a very rich old couple looking down. They look kind of dizzy, like they've been having some alcohol beverages as well.
Uh-oh.
And the butler is up there pacing back and forth on his phone. He's not looking down at you. You see the monkeys have kind of gathered around one monkey who is wearing this brooch proudly on his forehead. And the monkey looks like he's gaining sentience.
He must be Hindu. Approach with respect.
I'm gonna shoot him. Yeah, I shoot him. I'm like, Pachong.
Okay, so give me a number between 1 and 5, Martin.
1.
It was a 5. Oh no! Martin, it was a 5.
Shoots the butler and he falls into the cage.
Yeah, what Joshua says. You shoot the butler in the neck. The butler,
In the neck.
the butler goes, "Eh," and
He goes, by golly.
by Jove, and falls over the side, tumbles down, lands in the water, just belly flop, splat. It's very, very loud. And his 2 people up there he's looking after don't even notice. They don't even notice. The gorillas do. The gorillas run over to help. They make sure that he's, his face is out of the water. He's not drowning. One of them actually drags him onto the dry land, coddles him. They begin drying him off. And these are good gorillas. These are nice gorillas.
Oh, wow. This is a nice
I don't
guy.
think any violence was necessary.
But the gorilla gaining mind powers from the brooch
No.
looks at you, Martin. He looks at you and he points. Lennon, this whole time you've been kind of zoned out in the bathroom. Now, this bathroom doesn't lock from the outside.
That's what I was thinking. I was just gonna walk out because it's just a public bathroom, right?
So what do?
I think I should be. See, I love monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved monkeys ever since I was a little boy.
A monkey lad.
Yep. And I wanted this job specifically to mingle with monkeys. So me being a little bit inebriated, I decide to climb trees like monkey in the monkey paddock, specifically the gorillas.
Okay, so Lennon, you walk to the monkey paddock where normal people are. You actually witnessed the butler get shot in the neck and fall in. I don't think you kind of see that as like, well, he's going in. Why can't I go in?
Okay, so I go for a swim.
You take a running leap at one of the.
No. I don't run leap. No. I just take my time.
Dives.
I get my beach towel out and I just like whoosh, on the side and I
And you
take off
slide
my
down.
shirt.
You slide down the 90
And I
degree
just-
wall.
I just raise my hands and I go, ooh, water slide.
Number between 1 and 5.
2.
3. Yeah. So you do slide down the concrete exposure with your bare back against the concrete. You get scraped up pretty good, but you land in the water, and the monkeys are like, "This is the most company we've had ever."
Yep.
And so the gorillas, they come to you, make sure you're
I
okay.
am your king. I am King Monkey.
Okay,
And I will teach you the backstroke.
Lennon, give me a number between 1 and 5.
Please. 4.
It was a 4 exactly. So one monkey.
I'm the Monkey King.
One monkey puts his hand on your face,
Okay.
and in your mind you hear, "We already have a king.
Then I will challenge this.
He sits there." And the monkey points to the other monkey with the brooch on his forehead.
Ah.
And the monkey says, "We have reached transcendence. Even now, across the globe, all gorillas are becoming one mind.
Oh no.
Our conquest shall be quick and painless."
Listen, buddy, I'm no Baptist, but I got you something right here to help you relax, my friend. It's a tall one.
You still have a tall one.
Okay, so the gorilla sniffs it, takes a drink, and he likes it.
Oh, I know. I'm your king. I'm gonna go fight that guy.
Okay, so Martin, back to you. Actually, no. Let's go to Jeb real quickly. Jeb, you're kind of watching this from the door. Are you? What's your thought
Well,
process?
I'm just about ready to snipe somebody if it's in dire need.
So, at what point are you going to intervene?
If Martin is like gets attacked, that's when I'll attack.
Okay, so Martin, the king monkey's approaching you, and you see to the side, Lennon is drunkenly galloping toward the king monkey, and the king monkey hasn't noticed yet.
I'm gonna wait.
He's gonna wait. Okay, so as you're running toward this monkey, the monkey you gave the beer to has downed the beer very quickly,
Yes.
and he's getting woozy. But then
A giant
so
gorilla.
are all of the other gorillas
Because they're
I didn't
because their
know.
minds are becoming one.
Oh wow, that's pretty
So
crazy.
once you hit the king monkey, he's also feeling a little bit tipsy.
Okay.
He's a little wobbly. So give me a number between 1 and 5.
I'm gonna guess 2 this time.
It was a 2.
Yep, I
Exactly
got
a
it.
2. So you ran right into this monkey, this gorilla,
ramming like a goat.
just like a goat.
Flow like butterfly, sting like bee.
So like how do you grab at a gorilla? Like what's your game plan here?
You go right for the ears, my friend.
You
Right
jump-
for the ears.
So you grab hold of his ears?
The ears. That's
Okay.
right. You control it. My grandpappy told me, you grab the ears, you grab the fight. And when
What?
So when you grab this gorilla by the ears, the force of you hitting him, the brooch pops off his forehead,
okay,
and the gorilla mind link across the world ends. So now
you're welcome, universe.
he's no longer drunk. Just one gorilla's drunk now, and now you got the ears off an angry king ape.
I don't let go. I just hold on.
I shoot the
Alright.
king ape.
Okay, give me a number between 1
Please don't hit me.
and 5.
2.
It was a 3. So you hit the monkey.
All right.
You hit him, and the gorilla goes down.
Okay.
And the two rich people above go, "Yay! Good show! Yay!
Good show.
Like they thought
I
it was,
love American football.
this is the best theater production I've ever seen.
All right, so I grab the brooch.
Okay. As you're grabbing the brooch, the butler comes to, and he looks around at the other gorillas, and he's like, "By Jove, I haven't been in this situation since the '60s." And he kind of gets out from the gorillas and dusts himself off, and he goes, "You there, I say, that brooch, you."
Hey, Butler, make sure to look the gorillas in the eyes. Make sure to smile with a big grin.
Give me a number between 1 and 5.
2.
It was a 2. So the butler, even though he expressed knowledge of gorillas in the 60s, goes, "All right, I'll do that." And looks at the gorilla in the eyes, smiles real big, and the gorilla just goes, "Poof." He just uses his big gorilla hand and just smacks him. And the butler goes down again. The gorillas are like, "Oh, wow, I didn't know I hit you that hard." So the gorillas kind of get around him again and make sure
It was
he's
a playful
okay.
pat.
Yeah, he was just showing him like, "Hey, I'm the boss."
Yeah.
He didn't mean to hurt the guy. Boom.
Yeah.
And the guy's not that hurt. He just knocked out. So you guys have the brooch, and you guys leave the. Do you do anything with this butler? You just leave him in there?
We quit our
We
jobs.
put him in the costume.
As we're zipping it up
That's
over
a
his
good
head, the
idea.
zipper breaks.
He's stuck.
We're leaving the country.
That's right. We're
yeah.
going to
We
Asia.
have this brooch that's worth more than the
We're going to Asia. I'm into that K-pop.
It has the Hope Diamond on it or something.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
When the butler comes to and realizes his predicament, he goes, "Oh well, I guess I'll be the
Very
gorilla
well
king
then.
now." And then in 2031, the gorilla conquest of the earth is led by this fake gorilla butler. Because you guys stole a freaking brooch.
Saw it coming. I saw it coming.
It was worth everything.
At least we're in New Zealand eating KFC.
Yeah.
And that concludes Improv Pantry.
So, that was crazy.
You know, most
Dang.
of your segues begin with, "Wow, that was crazy." You know what else is crazy? This segue.
Because you know what? You really know how to ruin somebody's segue, huh? Yeah. So there was a trend, not a trend, a belief.
Ooh.
Religion. I don't know if you could call it religion, but you know, flat earthers?
Yeah.
You guys that like flat earth?
Yeah, I love flat Earth.
You know what else they believe? That trees aren't real. Forests aren't really forests.
So hang on.
I
So
knew it.
You said trees aren't real? Because I can find a tree very easily.
It's not a tree.
What is it?
It is the remnants of what once was great, golden, flourishing, big trees.
This is a big tree.
So,
Mountains are actually cut off trees. And what we see today is just small, tiny little bushlings.
so I've heard this theory before. I am a huge fan of it. I don't quite believe it, but it is one of the coolest theories ever. And it's very, very fun. And I want to see a movie about it.
Sure, there are things that are called forests, but these are in reality just low-lying bushes that impoverished remains of an ecologically rich world that held 40-mile-high trees with trunks 2 miles across. How do we know? Because they left their stumps behind.
Oh.
That's right. Flat-top mountains are the remnants of behemoth trees cut down by impossibly large machines. Jagged mountains are just severed stumps from trees that fell over or were knocked over in some great calamity, possibly a nuclear war or a great fire.
This is like a beautiful, wonderful. I mean,
40-mile high trees,
So-
2 miles across.
listen, I'm a writer. I have a couple books I'm working on. I have one that's done that's being edited. This is, I mean, I read about this theory a couple years ago, and it's always been in the back of my mind. Someday I'm going to write a story that takes place in this crazy giant tree world. This is such a fun, wild idea.
So all rocks on Earth, all rock on Earth is not rock. It is merely just the rubble left behind of these ancient scattered forests.
So are they saying that rocks because it's not wood, it's rock.
Yeah, it's rubble.
How did it turn to rock?
So you've got this massive thing, 40 miles and 2 miles thick, and with that kind of material, it probably just over time got really, really hard. I don't know. Yeah, so it says it once was completely alive, but now it's just dead, so it's a rock.
Wow, that's really sad.
Yeah, that's super sad. River valleys are old quarry mines. They're steep cliffs were carved out by enormous machines. Volcanoes are just heaps of industrial waste left behind.
Because garbage dumps that aren't maintained properly kind of become volcanoes. You have a bunch of decomposing matter. If you take a garbage dump and just keep piling things and just cover it with dirt, that doesn't solve the problem.
Yeah,
because
it will
that
combust.
matter gets very hot at its center and will actually turn to. There have been accounts of hills exploding.
Yeah, so that's basically what's happening with volcanoes. Is just after whoever did the great cut of all our trees, where it just heaped up all this stuff into piles and it just decomposed over time. And now we have volcanoes.
Well, that was nice of them.
Yeah, so the toxic chemicals inside them react and generate heat and fire and occasionally explode, like we just said. One of the points and one of the main arguing points on this whole topic is that the tops of these mountains look exactly like the tops of stumps that have been cut.
Now, when you say mountain, you mean plateaus? Like
plateaus,
flat?
yeah. And they say jagged mountains are just a tree that had been fallen over and it created that kind of crack and stuff. And in nature, when you see a stump that's coming out of the ground and the tree has fallen over naturally by just decay and rot and stuff, it does look jagged like a mountain.
Yeah.
So they've taken several photos of mountains and trees that have been, cut or have fallen over from natural causes, and they look identical. Like the patterns that the trees have on top and these plateaus in in Australia and stuff, the patterns look the same even.
One I remember I saw a video on it too. One of the things I saw that they showed was very interesting was Devil's Peak.
Yeah, that's one that they mainly point out.
Where is Devil's Peak? Is that in Nevada? Or is it Arizona?
Wyoming, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
wow.
Devil's Tower.
Devil's Tower? Okay.
Here.
So y'all at home, look up Devil's Tower and just look at it. It looks like a giant tree stump with the bark peeling off of it. It's just this random giant thing in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that's true. And that's what the next part of his article says is the Devil's Tower looks exactly like the stump of a giant tree. And then his big point, his big question at the end is, after all, if you can't trust your own eyes, who can you trust?
So,
Jesus.
Just Jesus. I do not think that giant mountain ranges are fallen trees. But you could convince me some of these gigantic stone structures in the middle of nowhere could be petrified tree something. Could be petrified something.
Yeah, so the idea is that humans the human race being on the earth for so long has just decayed the whole earth into what we know now.
Well, even if you take pre-flood stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff back then was crazy.
Yeah, it was huge.
Who knows what was going on?
Yeah.
Who knows what everything looked like?
But I'm not convinced because they just say giant machines. Like, could you imagine one of these machines that would cut a mountain in half or something?
Well, I mean, if you go
Or a
pre-flood,
tree,
if
you
you go, let's go pre-flood.
Okay.
You don't need giant machines.
Why not?
My brother Henry lives 2,000 years.
Whoa.
We'll just take a couple decades, take out that tree. It'll take a couple decades, but that's nothing. I mean, that's like
Like they had nothing better to do but chop
Yeah,
down a
'cause,
giant
like,
tree.
if you take their perspective, we say it'll take a couple weeks to cut that down. Yeah, that we can dig that hole in a couple weeks. That's fine. For
But
them,
this
that's
is
like
like-
saying like, yeah, a couple decades. Yeah, we'll dig that out. That's fine.
But the other, like, one of the other ones was like the theory. One of the other theories was that it was like pre-flood and there were giants that cut them down.
Yeah, the Giants did it.
So, but my question is, if all the trees that we have today are just the leftover scraps from these gigantic behemoth trees, then
Well-
why aren't we seeing trees that are growing incredibly
So
huge?
the guy's point wasn't that these trees are scraps. These trees existed back then too. He's just saying.
No, he was saying they're in this article. The guy said it was just scrap.
Well, he worded it strangely. Now, the article I read, the thing I saw, the point he was making was what we have today compared to what we had back then is just scraps. We have bushes. We don't have
Right.
forests. We have bushes, guys. He's not saying we don't have forests. He's saying the true, actual big forest doesn't exist in the world today.
So I don't know why it was so attractive to flat earthers.
Well,
Maybe it
that
was
doesn't. The idea of a 40-mile high tree doesn't work on a spinning globe.
I guess not.
Yeah.
But if your Earth is flat, anything goes.
I
You can
guess.
build as high as you want. You can go Tower of Babel all the way up to the dome.
And knock
Yeah,
7 times,
totally on the dome. Yeah.
Listen,
one for each day.
this is what the liberals want. First, they come for our giant trees. Then, they'll come for our tiny trees. Then, they're going to come for your breakfast. Look up Momo's wing.
Yeah. How does that form?
Yeah.
How does that form? So
Can you see the picture?
this is a rock formation. Yeah. How does that form?
Alien.
That doesn't form.
Well, you see, it has something to do with like water and like wind and stuff.
How does it go 40 feet sideways?
Okay, so the perspective of that photo was weird. It is big.
Okay,
But
so
it's-
it's not as big as that.
It looks like an axe with a handle.
That is so weird.
The handle's like twice as tall as a person.
We're looking at a picture
Maybe
for our
yeah.
listeners. We're looking
Oh,
at
yeah.
a picture that looks like a snake.
maybe
rock.
Josh can use that picture in the thumbnail or whatever.
Maybe.
If you guys want to watch a video on it, a really good one is called "There Are No Forests."
Really?
Yeah, you
I didn't see this.
you can find it on YouTube. It's like a 40-minute documentary.
All right.
It's very well done. It's very, very fun, very cool. Even if you guys don't believe any of this stuff, it's a fun subject. I love flat Earth stuff. I love no forest stuff. This kind of stuff, I love.
The news with Josh Anderson.
The news.
Okay, so Josh,
Weird.
bring the news.
Okay.
Whoa.
Sorry.
What was
my
that?
bad.
That sounded like it was copyrighted.
Ransomware gangs are complaining that other crooks are stealing their ransoms.
Listen, I used to do ransom. Not ransom. I used to be.
You used to be a
No.
ransomware.
So, I used to do antivirus stuff, and I dealt with the ransomware people quite a bit. People would send their computers in and say, they got our stuff. They need a ransom. And I'm like, I can't do anything for you. We had to just wipe their computers. It was very sad. They lost all their information.
Yeah.
It was a big problem. And even if you paid the ransom, explain to our people what ransomware is. They may not know.
I lost my
Well,
Facebook.
it's like, I don't know, an Indian prince emails you. And
No.
says he wants to marry your daughter. or
No.
something.
You don't even know what ransomware is.
I don't know.
Listen,
Okay,
ransomware.
guys, I'm going to tell you what ransomware is. So you're on your computer, and they would get an email that said important. They'd open it. Oh, this is important. And then a program jumped on their computer and encrypted everything with a crazy big encryption that you possible to break. You can't break
those.
it.
Yeah.
Then it replaced their wallpaper when it was done with the encryption.
Right.
And it said, we have encrypted all of your files. If you want to see your files again, pay us X amount of money in this cryptocurrency. You have 7 days. If you give us that money in 7 days, we will send you the key to unencrypt your data.
7 days.
7.
That's kind of cool, though. I mean, that would kind of be like,
It's not very cool if you have like important things on your
I
computer.
mean, it wouldn't be cool, but it just seems like something out of a movie.
So people your computers were held for ransom. It's called ransomware. And a lot of times people paid the ransom and then the encryption thing didn't work and they still lost all their stuff.
Ooh.
So you're saying that ransomware gangs are being ransomwared by other ransomware gangs.
Yeah.
Now that's justice.
Yeah.
Listen, you got it all wrong.
Okay.
Ransomware is when the internet thief, he downloads himself onto your computer.
It's me, internet thief.
And he
I'm
says-
on your computer now.
And he goes to the My Computer,
I'm going to my computer.
like that little program.
I'm climbing up that little program.
He just puts it in his pocket.
It's in my pocket now.
you're making this very difficult, Isaac.
It's in my pocket, my back pocket. It's in my back
Anyway,
pocket, my back pocket.
And then your computer just disappears. He
Linda,
says, you want it? Give me 5 tacos.
This is a suicide mission. Everything's gone now.
A drunk man who had been reported missing spent hours with a search party looking for himself.
I have seen so many things. I mean, this happens all the time. The guy missing joins the search party.
Richard,
Yeah.
oh wait, that's me.
Whoa!
Yo, guys, that's me, man.
And then
found him.
the other people around are like, Richard, we've been at this for 4 days. You want some beer?
I just got sober, guys. Come on.
Is that bear fat or just chunky? Lasers may help scientists find this out.
Listen, everyone. Me as a scientist with new government money given to me by Joe Biden.
Now,
We're going to buy expensive lasers that aren't as expensive as they actually are and do a pointless experiment that takes 2 days and then take the rest of the money to buy other things we want.
Listen.
Like SUVs
This
and
is-
house payments.
This is the single greatest article I've ever found.
It is?
It carries itself.
Okay.
It was pretty funny.
Hilarious.
Continue.
One mid-September evening in 2018, Joe Cusick found himself pointing a laser scanner at the butt of a bear named Otis.
You mean Otis?
Otis. Cusick was taking a break from work, standing on a platform along the Brooks River in Alaska's Katami National Park and Preserve, a world-famous spot for bear watching, as the giant mammals like to wade in the water to hang out and catch fish.
What do you guys want to do? I don't know. Look at bears as they hang out and catch fish.
Otis was a few hundred feet away, standing relatively still. And it switches to this 3D model. The picture of Otis and this 3D model. It looks like Otis in the Matrix. Like they're scanning Otis. Cusick, who works for the National Park Service Alaska Regional Office, creates maps and trains people on GPSs and uses the scanners in the field. He typically uses a laser scanner. Specifically, terrestrial LiDAR scanner.
You mean
Terrestrial LiDAR scanner?
you mean
Yes.
pterodactyl?
You mean an iPad?
Yeah, he has an iPad. To measure the
You mean
volume.
a jitterbug?
To measure the volume of stationary objects in the park, like buildings and gravel piles.
That's pretty cool, to be honest.
This
to
is
measure
one-
the girth of something by pointing a laser at it.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
That's a pretty impressive iPad.
That evening, Cusick aimed it at Otis and took a scan. LiDAR is short for light detecting and ranging. It is probably the best known for its use in autonomous vehicles. A LiDAR scanner sends out millions of pulses, an infrared light, and blah, 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 blah. You get it. It scans stuff.
Scan stuff.
Yeah.
Like
In
a video
matter-
game.
In a matter of seconds, Cusick could see what looked like pinpoints comprising in Otis's rear on a tablet linked to the scanner. Computer software later processed the scan, creating a 3D model that can be used to determine the width of the bears behind. Cusick was excited. He didn't think his experiment would work. this is him talking. This is in quotes now. I was like, wow, I got a return. I can measure the butt of Otis here. He recalled with a chuckle to CNN's business this week. So, like, you can't just, like, walk up to a bear and, like, touch it. He's like, is this fat?
Well, I remember watching nature shows as a kid. One of the things they would do, they would tranquilize like a big animal, and they would like, okay, everybody, I need 20 people. We're gonna weigh the bear, and they, get like a big old tarp, roll onto the tarp. They get the tarp on a thing, and they lift it up. And like, okay, the bear is half a ton. Okay, and they measure, how big the bear is, and they, take measurements. And if you just scan a laser at it, like, yeah, the bear is about this much. Oh, it's exactly this much.
Yeah.
That's way better.
Police unite 7 squirrels by their tails.
What? Why?
Hey, you know that oath we take?
The one about squirrels.
No, about protecting the people and the city and
They had you take an oath?
and
Hold
honor.
on,
And
I read it wrong.
I just joined
No,
up.
Guys, I had a Josh again.
Oh, you joshed?
The police found them.
Oh.
that's a big difference.
Like, Officer John!
Somebody called 911 and he's like, there's this cluster of raccoons.
Wait, I thought you said squirrels.
Wait,
Squirrels. Oh, squirrels. I meant squirrels.
Okay.
Raccoons would be different.
wait. So they actually made a rat king with
Yeah.
squirrels.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
There's this cluster of squirrels. And then they separated the squirrels.
Well, how'd
And
they do
They're
that?
now safe.
Some lady's like calls the police. You gotta help me. There's a cluster of squirrels. You gotta separate them and so they can be all safe. And then the cops are like, "Yeah, sure, lady. We'll take care of it."
Okay, yeah, okay, we'll do that.
Sure.
And they show up, they're like,
And all you hear is boom, 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 boom. He says, "They're in a better place, ma'am."
we fixed it.
Now we have a question from our Patreon.
A question from our Patreon.
I'm ready.
Is this going to extend the length of the podcast a lot?
Maybe, I don't know. The Big Tine asked us, question for your next podcast. If incarnation was real, and you all somehow found a glitch in the Matrix, and you could choose who you came back as, who would it be? I want a country, name, profession, life story, everything.
Okay, so this is a glitch in the matrix. So first he's saying we're in a matrix to begin with,
Yes.
and then he's saying we find the glitch.
You find the glitch.
Yeah, we find it.
So
and you can choose.
So to save CPU, the matrix is reusing users.
Oh, yeah, so then
Otherwise-
they have to create more assets.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Smart.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would have no choice and have to come back as like some pathetic schoolgirl. But now you get a choice.
Okay,
You can
okay.
choose who you're gonna be. Who you gonna be?
I come back as basically Spider-Man.
Okay.
So I am Spider-Man, but because it's impossible to have spider powers,
All right.
I basically come back as the person who is able to perfect Spider-Man-like equipment.
Okay.
So you're
I-
really smart.
Really, really smart. I live, kind of balance things out. I live in Russia, like
Okay.
northern Russia, like sad Russia.
Wow.
But I'm really smart. And my great-great-grandfather is Anatoly Vygotsky, the guy who got his head stuck in the particle accelerator.
wow.
And maybe I have some super brain from that. My great-great-granddaddy who got shot in the head by a particle gun.
Okay,
Right.
so we have your country, your life story. What's your name and profession?
I'm not going to give you my name because I'm a Russian Spider-Man.
Right.
And my profession is being Spider-Man.
I swing to save.
I swing to save lady.
I save you, lady. Lady is saved.
Put me out.
No.
Oh.
I don't know.
I just want to be like, I want to be that guy with like, I'm not talking fat. I'm just talking chunky, but I have this
You're
really cool. I have like fast hands.
So like
So my
people
hands
follow
are-
you with a LiDAR scanner to check your girth. Make sure you're okay.
Sure. But I'm on the edge of fat and chunky. So,
Okay.
but I got these real fast hands, and I do like just magic tricks everywhere.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're kind of you're basically describing Penn Gillette
Who's Pin?
of Penn and Teller, the magic guys.
Sure.
The guy with the ponytail? Or
Yeah,
guy
the
that never-
ponytail guy.
Okay.
Teller doesn't talk. Penn
Okay.
has the ponytail.
Okay.
Yeah, but I want to just like be like that dude, like in a very secluded, cold place, I guess, like you, in like a cave somewhere.
Are you my brother?
No, but you come by and then you have to like watch my magic act.
Okay, so now we know your country.
Cold place.
Cold
Yeah.
place.
I live in cold place.
You watch my magic act, and then you're like given this question, and then if you answer wrong, I kill you. But if you answer right, you like get this enormous riches, and so everybody's
Enormous riches.
enormous. Like I give you just a freaking boat. I give you a freaking yacht.
You explain that so drunk. You get enormous riches. If you guess wrong, I kill you. If you guess right, enormous. Watch
So-
enormous riches.
Watch
So
this
I'm
magic
just-
trick.
So I'm really
Where's
just
the rabbit? Is it here? It's behind your foot. It's right there.
I'm really just in Alberta, somewhere in Alberta where there's a rock that you can climb under.
So hang on.
But people are like, I'm a legend, and people know about me, and they're all trying to find me, and I just do these crazy magic stuff, dude.
Okay, so you have described a Canadian Grail Knight at the end of Indiana Jones 3.
Yes, that man. I will become that man.
So you're
I'm
you're
even in chain link.
So like when the guy like, what kind of questions do you ask?
I just asked like, hey, what do you think about this
Oh, so
abandoned tree?
it's not even yes or no questions. You're just gauging their answer. Like, is that a good answer or not?
Yeah, like I hit him with like a theory, like the flat Earth.
Oh,
theory,
man.
or like the Earth, the tree theory.
So then you're like,
And then they answer like, "Dude, you're totally full of it." And I go, "No, you are." And I kill them. But
Oh, wow.
and then you're like, well, he chose poorly, eh?
right, and they die. Right.
And that's it. Wow.
Just like Indiana Jones.
So you find a glitch in the Matrix and think, I'm gonna be a killing genie man
well, if you
with
look at
magic tricks.
if you look at it that way, it sounds terrible.
Yeah, that was a great
But-
choice. Joshua,
Yeah.
I want to end with Clay because I know Clay guy has something good. He's got like history in his head.
He's had so much time
Right.
to think about this.
What you got, Josh?
Probably chonky Jeff Bezos. From the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The Cracker Barrel.
That one.
Chubby Jeff Bezos.
that guy. Yeah.
He was like, he's running that crowd. You gonna be that guy?
Yeah.
He was sad.
He was
man.
very
No,
sad.
he was happy at the end.
No, he
remember?
was depressed, dude.
He was happy at the end. Everything was all right. He
Yeah.
made friends with Jeb, Lennon, and Chad,
was-
whatever the guy was.
No, he just Lennon.
Just
Yeah.
Lennon. Yeah, it was just Lennon.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, and go down, live. I don't know,
So like,
live on a boat.
so chubby Jeff Bezos from the skit was Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you just want to be Jeff Bezos.
yeah. But like after that skit, in that skit universe,
Okay.
Sure.
Nice.
so live on a boat. So no countries given. Name Jeff Bezos. Profession
Jeff Bezos.
retired, and
Retired Jeff Bezos.
yeah. Life story. Look it up.
Joshua, that's an even worse choice than Maxwell's. So Clay,
No, mine was
Listen.
good.
Clay, end this on the highest of notes.
Okay, you guys are thinking way too small. You have glitched the Matrix. You can do anything.
This is true.
That's right.
All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to become the Pope.
What?
How?
Yes.
Wow.
I glitched the Matrix.
Like pick like a non-pope name.
Pope Chuck Chuckerson.
Pope
Nice.
Chuck Taylor Big Mac.
Watch
Yes.
me chug.
My name's
The nationality, though, would be American. Then I'd run for president.
Whoa.
President.
What?
Dude.
And then I would use my powers to reunite the Roman Empire.
yeah.
A new great one.
A good one this time.
Yeah.
Just for no reason.
Yeah, just cuz.
Yeah.
the people interviewing me, why'd you do this? No reason, just cause.
No reason.
Yeah.
I figured, I'm an American pope. I can run for president. It's too good of a chance to think of the memes is too good of a
Yeah.
chance to pass up.
Think of the
Wow.
Onion articles. That
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I change mine?
No, it's too late. Thank you all so much for joining us on another episode of Tan Pants.
Well, we hope you enjoyed it.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, share
be-
it with your neighbor.
Be sure to ask us questions online because the Big Time did, and we answered his question.
Just tweet us.
Or you could
Please.
be a Patreon like the Big Time, Mr. E, and Navin Jr.
Yeah, Navin.
Those guys.
Thank you all
Yeah.
for whatever. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.